salute to USA-1, America's monster truck, the first ever world champion on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge. Stay tuned. Stand up and salute USA-1, America's monster truck, in the most American of sports, the first ever world champion of monster truck racing, and the most wrecked monster in the history of the sport, featuring founder-owner Everett Jasmer, 1988 world champion driver Ron Litzow, and his heir apparent, Steve Wilkie. I'm Scott Douglas. Now won't you please watch with me the red, white, and blue Chevrolet called USA-1. USA-1, America's monster truck, when this edition of Tuff Trax returns from a commercial break. Tuff Trax is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of the Nintendo Entertainment System and the world's largest and most exciting library of great games. Nintendo, now you're playing with power. And by the National Dairy Board, about the best thing you can drink right now to do your body good is a tall, cold glass of milk. Grow for it. USA-1, America's monster truck. It's one of the original monsters. In the late 1970s, Everett Jasmer operated a four-wheel drive shop in Minnesota and used a souped-up Chevrolet to promote his business. Jasmer tells us about that very first USA-1.
Well, back then, that was before we were really even doing exhibition work. That was, I was driving it to and from work. We would go out to the local four-wheel drive events and promote our store. And so that was long before there was really any exhibition type activities like monster trucks do or did back then.
For 3 years, Jasper had a generic Chevrolet with big tires and high-performance parts. Its popularity as an exhibition mud racer prompted Jasper to name the truck.
It wasn't until 1982 that the USA-1 truck actually did its first show, I believe, 82. We were mud racing it with big tires, 79, 80, 81. So it became USA-1 officially, I believe, in 1982.
The USA-1 name didn't appeal to all ages at first. The kids preferred Bigfoot, King Kong, and Mad Dog originals. But it wasn't long before USA-1 started making its mark and gaining in popularity on the track.
I have, over the years, I've had a lot of admiration for my now nemesis, Bob Chandler, with the Bigfoot truck. One thing that I saw happening, of course, keeping in mind that he had the first truck, and then there was about 3 of us that followed right after that. The other 2 guys copied, in my opinion, the concept of having a fictitious creature name. And I didn't want to do that. It was maybe just a kind of a subliminal thing, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted something different. And so my truck went without a name for a few months, maybe close to a year. And I got a lot of letters from fans and a lot of input from friends and acquaintances, and they all had fictitious creature names, and I didn't want to do that. And one day I was out mowing my lawn and just walking along, pushing the lawnmower, and I just had a flash. I remembered seeing the traditional USA-1 Stars and Stripes license plate that I had down in my den, and something that has been around since the 60s. And I thought, what better name for what I thought would be the top Chevrolet truck in the land than USA-1. At first it was tough because the young kids had an easier time acquainting themselves or becoming familiar with a fictitious creature name. It was the older people, the people that knew what USA-1 meant to do a Chevrolet, that really caught on to the name at first.